Hi. Thank you for choosing Curioverse, the YouTube channel where you can learn about the most amazing and fascinating aspects of the universe. In this video, we are going to explore some of the most famous monsters in literature, Dracula, Frankenstein, and more. These creatures have haunted our imaginations for centuries, but where did they come from? How did they evolve over time? And what do they tell us about ourselves and our fears? Let's find out. One of the most iconic monsters in literature is Frankenstein's monster, created by Mary Shelley in 1818. Frankenstein is the name of the scientist who assembles a human-like creature from dead body parts and brings it to life with electricity. However, he is horrified by his creation and abandons it, leaving it to wander the world alone and misunderstood. The monster seeks revenge on his creator and kills several people close to him, including his bride. Frankenstein pursues the monster to the Arctic, where they both die. Frankenstein is considered one of the first science fiction novels, as it explores the ethical and moral implications of scientific experimentation and human ambition. It also reflects Shelley's personal life, as she wrote the novel after losing her first child and experiencing a series of tragedies. The novel was inspired by a nightmare she had during a stormy night in Switzerland, where she was staying with her husband Percy Shelley, her stepsister Claire Claremont, Lord Byron, and his physician John Polidori. They decided to have a competition to see who could write the best horror story, and Shelley came up with Frankenstein. Another monster that emerged from that same competition was the vampire. Polidori wrote a short story called The Vampire, which was published in 1819. The story features Lord Ruthven, a mysterious and charismatic aristocrat who seduces and drains the blood of young women. He is based on Lord Byron, who was Polidori's employer and rival. The Vampire is one of the first examples of vampire fiction in English literature, and it influenced later works such as Bram Stoker's Dracula. Dracula is probably the most famous vampire in literature and culture. It was published in 1897 by Bram Stoker, an Irish writer who worked as a theater manager. The novel tells the story of Count Dracula, an ancient and powerful vampire who lives in Transylvania and wants to move to London to spread his curse. He is opposed by a group of brave men and women led by Professor Van Helsing, who use various methods to fight him, such as garlic, crucifixes, stakes, and sunlight. Dracula is a complex and captivating character, who combines charm and menace, sophistication and savagery, nobility and evil. He represents many fears and anxieties of the Victorian era, such as sexuality, disease, immigration, colonialism, and degeneration. He also draws on many sources of folklore and mythology from different countries and cultures, such as Romania, Hungary, Serbia, Greece, Turkey, Germany, England, Ireland, and more. There are many other monsters in literature that have captured our attention and imagination over time. Some examples are werewolves, humans who can transform into wolves or wolf-like creatures during a full moon or under certain conditions. They are often associated with lycanthropy, a psychological disorder that makes people believe they are wolves. Some famous werewolf stories are The Wolf Man, 1941, An American Werewolf in London, 1981, The Howling, 1981, Twilight, 2005, and Harry Potter, 1997. Jekyll and Hyde. Two personalities that inhabit the same body of Dr. Henry Jekyll, a respected scientist who experiments with a potion that unleashes his evil alter ego, Mr. Edward Hyde. He struggles to control his transformations and his violent impulses. The story was written by Robert Louis Stevenson in 1886 and explores the themes of duality, identity, morality, and addiction. Grendel, a monstrous creature that terrorizes the kingdom of Hrothgar in the epic poem Beowulf. He is described as a descendant of Cain, the biblical murderer of Abel. He attacks the mead hall of Heorot at night and kills many warriors until he is confronted by Beowulf, a hero from Geatland who rips off his arm. Grendel flees to his lair and dies from his wound. These are just some of the most famous monsters in literature that have fascinated us for generations. They reflect our deepest fears and desires, our hopes and nightmares, our curiosity and creativity. They challenge us to question our humanity and our place in the universe. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about these amazing creatures. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And don't forget to leave us a comment below telling us which monster is your favorite and why. Thank you for watching and see you next time on Curioverse.